Hello, everyone. My name is Dave Das from Akasha Yoga Academy. Very happy to be with you today, exploring 4 simple, easy techniques to take you into the realm of lucid dreaming. So, lucid dreaming is the process of becoming awake in the sleeping state, meaning that the conscious mind engages. You recognize that you're, in fact, dreaming. Um, from a yogic standpoint, we would almost say much of the waking state also is not dissimilar in some ways from the dream state. But my teacher in India used to say the book of your life has 4 chapters: the waking state, the dream state, the deep sleep state, and the state that's called Turiya. Turiya is like the state of the soul, the state in which all those other experiences are rising and falling: the waking state, the dream state, and the deep sleep state. He also said something very interesting, which is that your name is the title of that book. The book of your life has 4 chapters. It also has a title. The title is your name. Look up your name. See what it means in every culture, even though we don't necessarily recognize it anymore. Names have meaning. So to understand something about the book of our life, the profound and beautiful book of our life, can be helpful to know something about dreams and the dream state. So dreams, from the yogic standpoint, some of them are like vastly, vitally important in our life, and some are more or less not that important. But it was interesting. I was on a Zoom call with some of our students recently, and I asked people, how many of you has one dream in your life just completely changed your experience of life? And almost everyone raised their hand, which means, wow, that's an interesting thing to contemplate. Many or even most human beings have had a dream that's just profoundly changed in some way the course of their life. The activity of their waking state has been profoundly influenced by something that happened in the dream state. And, we can, and some people say, okay, I don't dream very much. If that's true for you, start writing a dream journal. Keep a journal right by your bed. The minute that you wake up, just write down what you remember. And maybe in the beginning, that's just a few sentences, no problem. As you practice more and more and more, you'll begin to remember more. And that relates very much to our simple techniques for lucid dreaming today, which is basically reality testing, visualization, setting of intention, and which is kind of like dream looking at dream signs, and then, like I said, journaling. So reality testing is one of the very fun ones. I feel like it's a very beautiful technique, very simple technique. Just asking yourself, hey, am I dreaming right now? Periodically through the day, every few hours, hey, am I dreaming? And then having a test to see if you're dreaming or not. They actually recommend that you do the same test every single time. So maybe your test would be that you touch something in your environment and you see if it's hard or not. That can also be your own hand. You can take your hand and just, take 2 fingers and push it in and say, oh, wow, look, I'm not dreaming because I can touch my own hand. Whereas in the dream state, one would pass right through. So the recommendation with reality testing is that you do it regularly in the waking state, and that you always do the same test. You actually make a test. You can touch something, you can close off your nose and see if you can still breathe. There's lots of different ways that you can make the test, but always have it the same. Do something to test in which state am I in. And like I said, it's a fun one because also it can remind us in a way that the waking state has elements of the dream state inside of it, you could say. So that is reality testing. Room visualization. The room that you're sleeping in. As you're getting ready to fall asleep, sit on your bed first. Really look through the room. really draw in everything, the color of the floor, the texture of the floor, the walls, what color are they? Maybe you're outside, maybe you're visualizing trees and the moon, just whatever environment that you're sleeping in, just pick all of the details out of that environment. And as you lie down, recreate that environment in your mind. If you're sleeping inside a room, visualize all the colors, the textures, the feeling, everything in that room. Just visualize it. And they say that that kind of brings you into the same space in your dream state, and then it's easier to come back into conscious recognition of the dream state. So room visualization, then setting intention. So that's visualizing the room that you're in, which can help you come into the lucid dream state. And then you have the setting of intention. So in setting an intention, you identify first a dream sign, something that's irregular or strange in a dream that you wouldn't necessarily be able to do in the waking state, like, for example, the ability to fly. But it doesn't have to be that. It can be anything. Something that just helps you recognize that you're in a dream. And then as you're about to go to sleep, think about returning to that dream. Acknowledge the dream sign that happens in the dream, and then say to yourself, next time I dream, I want to remember that I'm dreaming. When I see this dream sign, I'm going to say, oh, wow, look at that. I'm dreaming. Next time I dream, I'm going to remember that I'm dreaming. And then carry that kind of mantra into your sleep state. First visualize the room, then acknowledge your dream sign. Bring the intention, next time I dream, I want to remember that I'm dreaming. And then the other one tip that can be very useful if you're interested in exploring the dream realms is to really write down your dreams. Keep a journal, keep it right by your bed, really write down all the details that you remember. Even write down insignificant details. Really write down everything you remember, just like when you are in your room and you're visualizing every aspect of the room and then you're recreating that room in your mind. Really, after you come back from the dream state, write down everything, write down, okay, the man I was talking to had on a yellow shirt, and, just details that you think are not significant, write them down anyway. And then there will blossom a more complete record in your mind of the experiences that you have in your dream, which is the second chapter of the book of your life, a very exciting, very beautiful chapter. I wish you the best on your journey. I feel like lucid dreaming is something very fun. And there are even, well, maybe we leave that for another session. Possibilities even greater than lucid dreaming. But dreaming is a beautiful part of the human experience, and a part that we can really explore and have fun with. If you're interested in more videos like this, or you felt like this was a useful video for you, please click like. Also, this is an excerpt actually from our meditation teacher training at Akasha Yoga Academy, which is a profound exploration into all of the different levels of consciousness, the dream state, the waking state, the state of Turiya, the state of deep sleep, and our ability to tap into those realms of the soul at will. So, very, very, very grateful to have you here today. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, and full gratitude.